Hey everyone, Patrick CK here. If your UPS is randomly beeping, won't hold a charge, or cuts out right away during a power outage, it's probably time to replace the batteries. In this video, I'll walk you through replacing the batteries in the first generation CyberPower CP1500AVR step by step. Regardless of which UPS model you have, this video should help guide you through the process, even if the screws, cables, or battery layout are a little different. So how do you know your UPS battery is on its last legs? Some common signs are that the LCD screen shows a battery icon that never fills up. It doesn't run as long as it used to during a blackout. It cuts out the moment there is a blackout, or it throws an error like E02, which is what I saw on mine, along with it turning off the moment the power cuts out. That E02 error on CyberPower units usually means there's either a battery failure or a charge circuit issue. But in most cases, and especially after a few years of use, it's typically the batteries. Let's talk about the batteries themselves. You've got a couple options when it comes to replacing the batteries in your CyberPower CP1500 or similar UPS. Option 1 is to go with the official replacement battery pack from CyberPower's store on Amazon. It's more expensive, but you know it's 100% compatible. Just don't be surprised if it doesn't say CyberPower on the side of the battery. Option 2 is to go with a cheaper aftermarket option. I've included a link in the description to an aftermarket pair that I've personally used, tested, and have inside a couple of my units. No matter which option you choose, they'll come as two separate 12-volt 9-amp sealed lead-acid batteries that you'll need to connect together using the existing wiring and jumper cables inside the UPS. Here's a tip. Check when you bought your UPS. CyberPower includes a 3-year warranty that covers the batteries, and the warranty period begins on the purchase date, not the manufacturing date. So even if CyberPower's website says that your serial number is out of warranty, you might still be covered if you can show proof of purchase. I actually did this myself twice. I just used the live chat on their website, uploaded my Amazon invoice, and they shipped me a new battery pack within a week. It was a smooth process with very little friction, which I have to give CyberPower props for. At the end of the day though, all these 12-volt 9-amp lead-acid batteries are basically the same. As long as you buy from a reputable manufacturer, they should be good. Even batteries that CyberPower themselves supply weren't all the same. The two replacement pairs that they sent were made in China with the Leoch brand. The pair inside CP1500s are made in Vietnam with the Ritor brand. Moving on, you don't need much to get this job done. You'll need a Phillips screwdriver, the new battery pack, ideally a multimeter if you want to test the old batteries and confirm that the new ones are good to go. A link to the multimeter I used will be below, and about 15 minutes. Let's get into it. Again, I'm doing this on a unit from the first generation of the CyberPower CP1500 series. The layout of the batteries is different in the second and third generations, but the steps are still similar enough to get you along. Plus, I feel the first generation's batteries are the ones that are coming due for replacement in most units out there. If you want me to do a second video for the newer models, let me know in the comments. Very important disclaimer. This content is for informational purposes only, based on my personal experience. Attempt repairs at your own risk. Always unplug your UPS before servicing. If you're unsure, consult a qualified technician or the manufacturer. Alright, first things first. Unplug the UPS from the wall, then disconnect all devices. If your batteries are still strong enough to keep the unit running, just hold down the power button until it turns off completely. Next, lay the UPS on its side. Remove the 2 Phillips screws on the bottom of the front panel. Slide the front panel down about ½ inch until it stops. Then swing the panel over and lay it on the side of the unit. The screen does have a ribbon cable connected, which is glued in place on my unit, but it's fine since the front panel can stay on the side out of the way. Now we see how the batteries are laid out. One is sitting up on the bottom, the other positioned on its front side. It's a good idea to take pictures of how it all looks now before taking everything apart. Inside there is a bracket holding the top battery in place with 2 more Phillips screws. The first time this bracket is removed, it will take a little persuasion to pop out due to a tiny bit of glue on the inside. At least that's how it was in my unit. Now time to remove the connectors. Quick word of warning, be very careful when handling battery terminals. Never touch both terminals at the same time, and don't let any metal tools come in contact with them. Shorting these terminals can cause sparks, damage the batteries, or worse, damage the UPS itself. Take your time, be careful, and you'll be fine. First, it's best to start with the yellow cable connecting the 2 batteries in series. Pull the bottom battery out about 1 inch to get better leverage. The spade connectors on the stock batteries are on there pretty tight. You'll need some good wiggling skills to take them off. Make sure to hold them by the actual connector. Do not pull on the wire itself. This is a bit harder to do the first time. Be persistent, but don't hurt yourself when they do finally slip off. Remove the yellow cable from both ends and put it aside for now, but remember the orientation because it's going to be finicky to put it back any other way. Then remove the red or positive cable from the top battery, and finally the black or negative cable from the bottom battery. Now you can remove both batteries from their compartments. To confirm the batteries are indeed the issue, we can test them. With the multimeter, we find the first battery is reading an impressive 0.94 volts, which means it's beyond dead and likely damaged internally. The other is at 3.0 volts, another one that is completely dead and probably unsalvageable by us. Needless to say, the batteries were the cause of the E02 error. Now let's check the new batteries. The first one is at 12.93 volts, which is perfect. And the other is at 12.92 volts, so we have a winning pair. We'll slide these two into their corresponding compartments in the same orientation that we took out the old batteries. When reconnecting the wiring, we're going to start with the red or positive wire on the top battery, then the black or negative wire of the bottom battery. Before we connect the yellow cable back, I just want to mention you might see a spark. That's totally normal. You're just completing the circuit, and sometimes the UPS draws a small amount of current to charge its internal components. It can catch you off guard the first time, but as long as the UPS is unplugged and you're connecting everything correctly, there's no danger. With that said, position the yellow jumper the same way it came out. Connect it to the positive on the bottom battery first, then negative on the top battery to complete the circuit. With the hard part done, reattach the bracket for the top battery behind the red cable. Ensure everything is snug, then slide the front panel back into place and screw it in. You're done. Simple as that. Just plug the UPS back in, turn it on by holding down the power button, and let it charge. Ideally, it should charge overnight before doing a full power test and plugging your gear back in. When you're ready, unplug the UPS from the wall and confirm your devices stay powered. The screen should show an estimated runtime. With everything back up and running, go ahead and write down today's date for your records. That way you'll have a reminder when it's time to replace the batteries again in roughly 3 to 5 years. And keeping track helps you avoid surprises the next time the power goes out. Lastly, please recycle your old batteries responsibly. I take mine to my local Batteries Plus location, but most electronics or battery stores will accept them. Lead acid batteries actually can be brought back to life when handled by professionals. That's it. Your UPS is refreshed and ready to go for another few years. I don't know why I was so hesitant to do this earlier. I think it's because I'm very inexperienced when it comes to messing with electrical stuff, but this really wasn't as bad as I thought. Anyway, I hope this helps you guys keep your UPS running at peak performance for the next power outage. If it did, hit that like button, share, and subscribe for more videos like this, and check the description for the links I mentioned. Stay powered, stay protected. Until next time, this has been Patrick CK. Goodbye.